Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. There's enough already. So my story starts on a pretty particular day, just like everybody's. My day is November 13, 1983. On that day, I was born in a little town in California, Victorville, on Georgia Air Force Base. Then after that, really went to Germany, lived there for a few years. My first memories of life were in Europe, seeing, base, big airplanes and stuff. After that, but I only lived there until I was 4 years old, came back to America, moved to Utah, lived there for 6 years, that's where I started school. And I guess really kind of like my formative years, I guess. So I'm from out west, big mountains and everything. Stayed out there, then eventually got transplanted into Tennessee. I was there for about 14 to 16 years overall. When I moved out there, I went through high school, and that's where I guess the majority of my story really comes from. After high school, I joined the Army, actually, initially, and halfway through I was released, discharged for medical reasons, went back home, went to live with the parents, and started selling phones. U.S. Cellular was a cell phone place, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but that lasted for a while. And then my life, just like everybody else's, is mixed with challenge and opportunity. Sometimes there's more challenge, sometimes there's more opportunity. About a year later after starting this job, I had a lot of challenge come forth. There was a manager that was partaking in some skullduggery. And that actually really started a pretty rough time in my life. It was about 3 years that I had a pretty rough time, went through a lot of financial troubles, went through a lot of stuff that most adults don't even experience. If they do, maybe not always to the extent that I did. After that, though, I was 23, and then I joined the Marine Corps. I got in, went through boot camp, all that good stuff, and things started looking up. Moved to Japan, actually. Lived there for 2 years. So I was on a little island called Okinawa. It was the south, it was a tropical island south of mainland Japan. And every single day you'd go out across the street to the white sand beaches and blue water. It was an absolutely beautiful place. And then my second summer there, my first summer, I was going to do some things, but they put me on a ship in the Navy. So I could go float around Southeast Asia for a while. Pretty good time. Next summer there, I was planning on getting my scuba diving license because it was like $200, really cheap. And then they sent me to Afghanistan, to the desert. So it was kind of way away from the ocean. And I think back on some of these times that I had, they were very, very fast-paced, very interesting for me. And I was thinking about the base that we were on was brand new, it was just getting built up, kind of flat desert around, mountains in the distance. And it was always it's actually a really beautiful place if you think about it. Desert, the sunsets there are absolutely insane. I've never seen anything like that in the States at all. And I always got the idea I would stand out about 7 o'clock in the evening after the sandstorm subsided and it cooled off, about 90 degrees, nice and cool outside. It felt like we were on another planet. If any of you have ever seen the movie Star Wars, Tatooine, Luke Skywalker, right there, staring out over the desert. That's exactly what it's like. Pretty cool experience. A lot of also crazy experiences mixed with challenge there. So once that deployment was over with, came back to the States, saw family for the first time in 2 years because I was over in Japan, didn't see anybody the entire time. 10 months later, went back to Afghanistan, actually, and same thing really. 7 months over there. Learn new things about yourselves every time you go. It's just the way it is. Anyway, came back, got out of the Marine Corps in 2011, and I really randomly picked Charlotte as my new home. So I've been here for about 2 years right now, and since then I have been in school full-time. I'm a full-time student at Queen's University. but I also have a business. I have a real estate investing company, and it's challenging also. Have I been successful with it? Monetarily, no, but also, the way I gauge success is progressively realizing a worthy ideal. And in that respect, I've been pretty successful because that's what I do every day is try to do something that'll better myself, progress further, or learn something. So that's kind of how I try to live from now on out after the past 2 years, my experiences from the Marine Corps, getting out, transitioning to civilian life, and then being in school has been a pretty big transition for me. But I've learned a lot, and those experiences have brought me here to Toastmasters. And with that, I've got a couple years left in school and continue to see what happens here. So, thank you very much.